What's going on, y'all? This next video is coming from Logical Dating 102. Let's check it out.
I hate talking about my girls, but if this is what you do as a woman, you are a loser. You go on dates for free food. Girl, really? This is one of many things I will not have your back on. That's lame. You're lame for that. Using men, period, is weird. You're weird.
I told my husband when I meet somebody for the first time, my first thought is, I wonder what they do for a living. I asked him, what does he wonder when he meets somebody? And he said when he specifically meets other men, he wonders if he could beat them up in a fight or not.
This actually makes a ton of sense because women are concerned about socioeconomic status because they want to make sure that they can feed themselves and their babies, whereas men have to be concerned on protecting themselves and their family from the other surrounding men. So I need to know, is this what you guys usually do think when you first meet another man? Do you think, can I beat him up?
There's quite literally nothing that
In a sense, yeah. I mean, the thoughts that go through our head, it's not necessarily can we beat him up or take him in a fight. A lot of stuff we're not concerned about as much as women are, but we do think about, yeah, how can I protect my family if this person gets violent or if this person does something that I don't like? I really, in a sense, size them up. I start to catalog things in my brain about this individual or start to take in things about how their personality is or who they are, how they carry themselves, just in case I have to use them at a later date.
thing that aggravates me more than the amount of men that I see on the New York City subway that do not stop to help women at all. I will see women struggling with literally like 60-pound strollers. They have a baby on their arm. I will literally sit there and I'll wait and I'll be like, okay, let's see how long it's gonna be. Some man obviously has to see.
Hey guys,
So they know good and well that that's not even a thing no more. Women walking around with kids and people not helping them. Nobody is going to help them. No man is going to come up to them and say, can I help you with this? Can I help you with that? Because we've seen so many instances where women say, look, he's a creep. Get away from me. I got it. I don't need your help. We don't need men. Y'all have said this over and over again. So for y'all to all of a sudden sit around and wait for some guy to come save you or help you put something in your car, that's not going to happen.
so you saw somebody that needed help and you didn't help them? Why didn't you help them? Women are just as capable as men, right? Women say they don't need men in any capacity. Help your sister out. Why are you watching that?
Because they're hypocrites.
I don't know who else needs to hear this today, but leaving a marriage doesn't require your husband to be a villain. So many women come to me and say, he's not a bad guy, he loves me, but I'm miserable. And then they immediately follow it with guilt. Because if he's good, then they feel like they must be the problem. Here's the truth. You can leave a good man who's a bad fit.
If he's
That's the problem. That's the problem. When have you heard in earlier generations of women leaving good men? Hell, if the dude had an extramarital affair with another woman, but he was still taking care of the home, the children, and everything else that she needed, she still wouldn't leave that man. But now these women are actively telling other women in this society where these women claim that they can't find a good man, that once you get one, even if he's a good man and you don't like him, or if something just ain't right or it's off, instead of trying to work it out or instead of trying to figure it out, it's best that you just leave that relationship. This is the advice that other women are giving women, and y'all wonder why y'all single. That is basically the single friend telling the friends that are married to lose your man. Get out of that relationship.
If he's a good man and you're a good woman and he wants to work things out but you don't, then I think it's reasonable to consider that you are the problem. Because we're talking about marriage where you've made a commitment to each other. You're not just boyfriend and girlfriend. Everything else should have either one, been worked through before getting married, or two, should be worked through currently in the marriage, knowing that you made a commitment to each other. The problem is that a lot of women will still choose to leave because they honestly think that the grass is greener. Unfortunately, they are the ones that find out the hard way that the grass is not greener. Because let's remember, they're probably the problem when they have left a good man, and most likely they're not going to find another one that's interested in them.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
I just had a bit of an aha moment.
with a little bit of rosé in my system, Alex was just having a full-blown conversation with me. I mean, full-blown. And I'm on my phone. And listen, when I'm on my phone, anything could be happening around me, and I just wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to tune in. I just can't multitask when it comes to my phone specifically. And he had this full conversation with me, and by the time I was able to register what he was saying, basically by the time it was too late, I looked at him and I said, if anybody ignores you the way I do, I would beat their ass. Because you don't deserve it. But from me, it's not on purpose, you know?
It's even more sadder that she realizes that she's doing this to this man and saying that if I was you, I would leave me if somebody did that to me. But yet it's funny to her, and she's going to continue to do it. That's how little respect a lot of women have for men. And y'all don't understand why men don't want to deal with you because of things like this, the lack of respect.
What's up?
Oh, now he's playing my game.
Top tier men, and that is the truth.
You believe you're a top tier man? By what standard?
I'm 6'4", only about what? 8% of the entire world is 6'4". I make well over 100K a year, and I'm black at that if you add that on. So just if we're speaking about those figures, the things that women are attracted to, no, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I'll let you do the math.
Hold on, before we go, what's your math saying?
The conversation and the words that are coming out of the mouth of someone like you, I would never consider top tier. A top tier man is also a man that is extremely desirable by way of his character.
Lies. Exactly what he just said is a top tier man to these women. Think about it. She's only saying it in that way to rebut what he's saying, because for the most part, a lot of these women will tell you, you say, what's a top tier man? Oh, he has to be muscular. His physique has to be this. He has to make this amount of money. He has to look this way. Oh, and in particular, I like black men. He's exactly what they claim that they want. Now that a man of his caliber said it, now it's like, no, what we actually are looking for are the intangibles. How you react to me, how you treat me. They never mention this stuff when this is not coming from a guy's perspective. This is all bullshit.
A top tier man is a man who displays a certain level of intellect that allows him to...
When do they ever speak about intellect when you ask them about top tier men?
To consider other people. A top tier man, they lead with love, not with dictatorship.
That's a lie. That's not what she wants. They want a man to lead with his wallet. She talking about dictatorship. What of anything that he said represents dictatorship to her? He didn't say anything about him controlling the relationship or being the man in the relationship like most of us would say. He didn't even say that. He just said, I'm 6'4", 8% of the population is at least 6'4". I make well over 100K and I'm a black man. That's all he said.
Right? They don't want to control their woman. They want to gently lead their woman.
Mind you, this is a single woman talking about what a top tier man is, and she can't even attract and retain a top tier man. Since that clip was totally taken out of context, that was done 2 years ago, let me go ahead and give you the context. When women are on these podcasts, they tend to assume that they're already attracted to the man, and they forget about the prerequisites that men have to meet in order for them to then care about the man's internal values and morals. Because if she met a man that was 5'2" and honest and loyal, but he was broke, she wouldn't give that guy a chance, and most women wouldn't either. Moreover, I spoke about the prerequisites. Only 1% of men in America are 6'4". Less than 20% of men and women in America make over $100,000 a year. And you'll be a liar if you say that women aren't attracted to things like height, status, and income, because that's usually what gets the guy in the door. Then she starts to care about if he's honest, loyal, and virtuous, and takes care of his grandmother. And
I could even say once they get the man and they're in that relationship, they don't care if he's honest and loyal. If this man is a millionaire, multimillionaire, even a billionaire, and we've seen this on different occasions, the man can cheat. The man can never come home. The man can basically live his life any way he wants. Hell, you've even seen relationships where men are supposedly in a relationship with a woman or married to a woman, but he's out publicly with another woman and people are taking pictures. It's all over blogs and she's still with the man, or she acts like it's not happening. We've seen this stuff. So even that is not a factor.
And gives the charity. So that woman got completely destroyed on that podcast. And actually afterwards, I offered her a debate, but she turned it down. Now, if you want to tune in to my debate nights, I do them Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on YouTube at No Fugazi.
Touch your husband not because he earned it, not because he begged, not because it is on the to-do list. Touch him because he is your husband. Resting your hand on his leg while you are sitting next to each other. Letting your fingers linger on his arm as you are talking. Leaning into him on the couch. Grabbing his hand in the car. Men feel loved through physical connection. It reassures him. It tells him that he is still wanted, not just needed.
Also, there's feminism coming from women, and that is something that most of the women in our society definitely lack, and that's femininity.
He wants to feel desired by the woman that he works so hard for. Touch is not pressure, it is connection. And here's the truth. When a husband feels wanted, he shows up softer, steadier, and more present. Touch your husband. It is one of the simplest ways to protect your marriage.
The only people in trad relationships who are genuinely living soft lives are the men who are married to the women, because all they have to do is work and then they can come home, fridge is fully stocked, dinner's cooked, kids are taken care of, all they had to do was conceive them. Like, they just don't have to do anything.
There are some women out there that only want the benefits that come from being in a relationship with a man and none of the responsibilities. And she sounds like one of them. All the responsibilities she just listed that the wife has to take care of inside the house is extremely important to the benefit of the relationship. The man also has to take care of the same exact responsibilities. The only difference is his role requires him to be outside the house so that the house could function. In order to be a trad wife, a traditional wife, the husband usually has to work anywhere from 60, 70, 80 hours per week in order to make enough money to take care of the entire family. It's amazing how some of y'all try to make it seem like that's a very easy task for a husband to do. If you believe it's an easy task, why don't you, the wife, go outside and work the 60, 70, 80 hours a week and have the husband stay at home? How about that?
That's a great point that I've heard a couple of guys say. Women swear up and down that us going to work isn't even on the same level as them staying home, taking care of kids, cooking and cleaning. You actually get to take breaks, sit down, watch TV, do other activities besides what you're supposed to be doing as a woman in the home. The man is at work. Somebody's telling him what to do. He's probably hot, sweaty, only gets to eat one time, doesn't get to have any type of entertainment, has to be quiet, has to be focused, has to, be locked in or whatever he's doing for the whole 12, 16 hours, whatever his shift is, and then come home and you're going to tell a man that, oh, what you did is not enough. Now you have another job to do when you get home. No, your job is in the home, taking care of family, taking care of things around the house. That's your job. That is an easier task to do than what I'm doing. If you don't like it, then you go out here and work these 60 to 80 hours a week. But we know women don't want to do that.
Hey guys, Teslas don't come with a spare tire.
Okay, well, that seems rather impractical.
So if you want to come at me about how I should know how to change a tire, first of all, no, I shouldn't.
Why shouldn't any grown adult, strike that, why shouldn't anybody who's old enough to drive, to include teenagers, not know how to change a tire? That's called a basic life skill.
Okay, I had an amazing dad and I have an amazing husband.
Then they should have taught you how to change a tire.
I am a feminist and I don't need to learn how to change a tire.
A feminist? But feminists are...
Hold on. Exactly. I know what she's about to say. If you're a feminist, then you should definitely know how to change a tire. Hell, you should want to change a tire so you don't need a man.
You're supposed to believe in things like equality, equal treatment, even that one thing that a lot of women seem to want to avoid, equal responsibility. So if a person thinks that they shouldn't have to learn how to change a tire because they're a feminist, then obviously they don't know the first thing about feminism.
Second of all, Teslas don't come with one, so I'm not the one. I'm not the one, okay?
I would wholeheartedly agree that someone is most certainly not the one. as they seem to lack basic life skills.
From chronically single girly to chronically single girly, I'm gonna alter your brain chemistry. Give me 1 minute. I know that a lot of times when you've been single for many, many years, it can feel like something's wrong with you. Why is everyone bouncing from relationship? Like, what's the deal with me? You are single by choice. The reason you're single is not because there's not someone out there that would be in a relationship with you. You are single because what you want and the person that you're looking for is so specific, and that is harder to find, and that takes a longer time to find. I was just dating a guy. I thought we were gonna get into a relationship, and I was telling my friend about this, being like, can you believe it? I've been single for so long, like I'm probably not gonna be single. Which, by the way, me and that guy did not get into a relationship. But my friend was like, yeah, you've been single by choice. And I'm like, you're right, because I'm not just gonna get into any old relationship for the sake of being in a relationship. I just feel this is a very empowering way to look at it. So I don't know who needed to hear this, but maybe it was you.
Because people don't want to work no more in relationships. They want the relationship as if they just meet someone and it's the perfect person. They have everything they want. Then next week we get married and we go get a house. It just doesn't work like that. You have to actually get to know somebody. You got to figure out how they move, you know, what they like to eat, what they like to do. If you really want to be with them for the rest of your life, you got to figure out all this type of things. But when it comes to women, they have this checklist that nobody can meet. And so they just put it off as, it's just no good men out there. No, your checklist is ridiculous. What the standard that guys have to meet is not even realistic. And there's a lot of guys I heard who could probably live up to your checklist, but you don't want to start at a starting point that's below that top goal and work your way up to that. You don't even want to get to that point. You just want it to be ready-made, as if it's some microwavable food or something.
Because when given an opportunity, women segregate themselves into more comfortable positions. Men do the dangerous work to build society.
I don't think that matters.
That's your problem. You don't understand what's important.
What's important, Mr. Samuels?
That y'all are completely out of line. That you don't even understand how the world works. You're running on override. Men build the world that you live in.
Oh, okay.
Who built that house or apartment you live in? Was it a crew?
You see, she said, oh, okay. It's like they hate that. They hate to know that a man did anything. Now, if you would have said, women built society, women have built bridges, and women have, shaped the way that we think and the way that we actually been like, that's right. That's right. And men ain't done nothing. She would have been on that train real quick.
The crew of women who designed the metal work, who put in the floor, the plumbing, the electrical system, the heating, who put that in? The car you drive, was that built by a crew of women?
So women are not capable of doing none of those things. None.
You're not good at it. Because when given a choice, because women are free today, right? And you're educated, right? Then why don't we see 51% of the construction workers as women? Why don't we see 51% of the engineers as women? Why don't we see 51% of the plumbers, electricians, military, train operators, heavy, dangerous work as women?
This is a hot take, but we are going to be extinct as a species, the women, because every single girl that I've spoken to in the last few months, like gorgeous, amazing, model-esque girls, are having the same issue that the guys that they're talking to, the guys that they're seeing, the guys that they're not even going on dates with because they don't even get to that point, are all struggling with the exact same issue. So if you're going through this, I don't want you to think it's you. I go to a ton of events where I meet the most gorgeous girls, and I'm like, are you single? And they say, yeah. I say, you're single? Like, yeah, I can't find a guy. I'm like, how can you not find a guy? Which makes me feel better, but it also makes me feel worse. The fact that the most beautiful, successful girls in the world are unable to find normal, sturdy men. They'll either have a date planned with a guy the day of he ghosts them. They'll go on a few dates, get love bombed like crazy. This guy seems perfect on paper. Has his life together, has a job, works out, and he's not ready to commit, but he's 37. It's an ongoing theme that's coming up time and time again in my life with every girl that I meet is going through the exact same thing. And I saw Tinks posted about it, and she said we're going through a paradigm shift. I don't know what paradigm.
Paradigm. Paradigm. She said a paradigm. I told you a lot of these women are airheads, bro. They don't even have nothing to talk about. They don't have good conversation. And she wants to know why she can't find a man or why all of these other women can't find somebody. And they say that a lot of dudes ghost them or they just check out of relationships. Because I'm telling you, men, even when you find someone who you would like to go out on a date with, it's like what comes over your brain is like, damn, I know what's next. She's finna ask me this. She's finna ask me that. She's gonna want to do this. She's gonna want to do that. And I don't even know this chick like that. Oh, I'm just gonna ghost her. Oh, I'm just gonna find somewhere else to go. I'm gonna find some friends to hang out with. I don't even want to do it. I changed my mind. I thought I did. And that's what's happening. A lot of guys are just like, no, I'm checking out of this. Why would I even sign up for this BS date that I'm about to go on? Especially if you're talking to her previously before the first date and you start to hear some of the things that she's saying or her thought process. Dudes, we just ain't with it.
It means, but I felt that. And I fear like we're gonna go extinct as a population. The good men are out. And all the ones that are actually good are like, you know, being normal and getting into relationships and like being good. Say, if this is happening to you, and I don't want you to take it as like a personal attack on you, because I can get like that where I get in my feelings. I'm like, it's never gonna be me. I'll never find someone normal. None of us will. So yeah, there's no hope for us all. And I pray that the men get well soon.
Well, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. This video from here was from Logical Dating 102. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell on my channel. And as well, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.